What was the ending of that episode? And I was here like, yo, this is so long. This episode is dragging. Let me not complain, okay? Let me not complain. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island UK, Season 12, Episodes 17 and 18. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. I'm so sorry I couldn't be here yesterday, you guys. The next couple weeks are gonna be a little bit like that. I'm so sorry. But there wasn't too much happening in the previous episode anyways. This episode had more of the drama. So in episode 17, we have Raml. Raml is in the bedroom with the boys. He's so determined to get a kiss. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get the lips tonight. I'm gonna get the... So he initiates truth or dare. He finally gets to kiss his girl, whatever her name was. Actually, let me not shade the girl. What was her name for real? Poppy. He gets to kiss Poppy. It always kills me when a black man kisses any girl who's not black, really, because you look like a powdered donut. It just, that imagery always sends me. Like, it just looks so funny. But anyways, he kissed her. Obviously, she liked it. He also said that he would couple up with her because so far, with Lima, he has had to compromise and he feels like he hasn't been himself. Remember that he said that. Okay, remember that he said that. Then, later on when he's having a conversation with Poppy, he's like, yeah, you know, I know my worth and I'm not gonna let nobody do... Like, he's talking about Lima, basically being like, he shouldn't entertain Lima anymore because he knows his worth and he wouldn't put up with this on the outside. Then we're still in the game. Poppy kisses Dejan because outside of Raml, she feels like he's the most attractive. I kind of wish that they just asked who she's most attracted to, period. Would it still have been Raml? We don't know. But anyways, also, Poppy really likes to play in the... I'm not even going to go there. Then Dejan kisses Caprice, I think it was. Yeah. And then after all of their talks that they have post the game, he's like, yeah, I know she's great and whatever, but she's not my Meg. And he says my Meg a lot. Like, it's so irritating to listen to, but fine. Giorgio was upset that he didn't get to kiss Helena in the game, so he does ask for a kiss after the fact, and she's like, I'll give you a little one, like, we're not gonna go full on. But the way that he was talking about her was so cringe. It's like he was trying to force the moment. Like, he was talking to her like this, like really looking into her. Like, it's almost like she didn't have a choice but to kiss him. Ugh, I didn't like that, but she likes him, so okay. She likes him a little bit. At least what can she do at this point? She can't go back to Harry. Let's move on. Tommy clocked Megan. He was like, she's going to use everything I say against me and is going to use that as a reason to push herself away from the situation, which is exactly what she does. She says that he has been pissy, which is why she's been gravitating more towards Connor. Just accept the fact that you wanted to be there. You wanted to talk to Connor. Girl, stop it. Stop it. Anyways, what happens? He says that he never believed Harry. He simply just wasn't sure where his head was at because of all the information he was downloading all at once. She doesn't like that. She feels like that was enough to prove that their connection isn't as strong as he made it seem. She says that he has switched up on her, which he hasn't. He literally hasn't. From the beginning, Tommy has been pretty territorial when a new guy comes out. Oh, he's not as good looking as me. You don't like him, right? I'm funnier, right? He's like that. When he popped off on Shay, it was because Shay was continuing to pursue her and he felt like that was a disrespect to him. Like, he's always been like this, girl. They decide to end things. He sleeps on the daybed. She's annoyed that he didn't tell her, but like, you guys basically just ended things, so I don't know why he would have to do that. Yasmin was doing something to Ben in the bed. I don't know what it was, but she says, you wouldn't get this from a nice girl. Yasmin, babe, it's not by force. Like, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. Like, I still believe that Yasmin is like following a script, and baby, you don't have to. But anyways, that was the end of that. They have a recoupling at the sleepover. Helena picks Giorgio. Emily stays with Connor. Dejan stays with Meg. And Raml, I wrote down Raml recoupled with Poppy because that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Shocker, shocker. He chooses to stay with Lima. Even Poppy is like, what? Excuse me? He must be playing a game. And sure enough, he is. So now that Shay is single, he is immediately dumped. Poor guy, doesn't even get to say goodbye to anybody else who was over at the sleepover. And then the sleepover people who did not get picked, they are dumped as well. So when the sleepover people return, of course, everybody's excited. The girls are excited for Helena now that she has Giorgio, but there's a lot of information to relay from the sleepover.
30 and...
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely girl, yeah.
Yeah, she's class, mate.
He's just a genuinely nice person.
He looks like a nice lad. You could be proud of Deej, mate.
Rem's work rate in there was sensational.
Yeah, but I don't regret my decision. I'm happy.
How come Raml didn't recouple her?
I was really surprised.
Yeah, there's no coming back. That's
they
it.
shared a bed both nights.
So the girls tell Meg that she has nothing to worry about. She should be proud of Dejan. Me personally, if you're going around saying my Meg, my Meg, my Meg, and then you're feeding next girl grapes and cherries, side eye. Side eye. Not like I don't want to pursue you anymore, but definitely I'm looking at you weird because why would you even, whatever. That's how you know I'm not built for Love Island. Not at all. Then you have Megan who tells Emily that she does need to have a conversation with Connor, but she's not going to say exactly what it is. Yeah, I think that that's the way to handle it. Like, you are in a couple with that person. He's the one who's responsible for you, not me. And then when they initially came, Alima made reference to the occupied conversation that Raml was having with Poppy, and he didn't register what was going on. Later on, basically the girls were like, yeah, we're kind of shocked that he didn't pick, what is her name? Poppy. Yeah, it was giving very much so like, I'm ready to recouple, I'm ready to move on, I want something different, I want something new and fresh and light and sexy, and like, he was giving that energy, so they were all shocked. Alima immediately is like, well, we're done. No conversation, nothing to explain, like, I'm done. And on top of that too, did he think he could just come back, be all happy, smiley, oh, I'm so glad to be back with you, as if the girls weren't going to say anything? Like, are you good? What?
How's your time been last couple of days?
I just hope you know that it's done between us. It's done and dusted. There's no coming back.
No good.
I didn't want it to be like this.
So you're gonna say it after I've not spoke? So you don't
yeah,
hear what I have to say?
And I've seen a clip as well. I've also seen a
Out
clip.
of context?
Yeah, my decision is done. I've got to listen.
Based on what they've told you?
Yeah.
Did John tell you what I said about you every day as well?
It was just all fake. All the recoupling speeches.
No, it wasn't fake.
Everything it was. No, I don't want to chat to you.
No, you're just... See,
I will say that sometimes I do believe that Alima can be just a smidge too strict. I do think that there are moments where she can give somebody the space to air their grievances or to express their side of things, like before she says, this is where my head is at. Even if your head was never going to change regardless of what they say, give them the opportunity to say something. However, when it comes to Raml specifically, he has shown behavior in the villa, outside the villa, that this is not a man that you should put your faith in. And so I'm not mad at the fact that she is laying down the law with him. Like the hooking up with 5 girls in one night, she didn't like that, but she gave him grace. Oh, am I going to retract what I just said? Because she has been gracious. She gave him grace with that. And then when he was making sexual comments to whoever it was in the game right beside her, she gave him grace for that as well. Nah. She has the right to be strict with him. She has seen his behavior. She has given him opportunity to course correct. He hasn't done it. That's on him. I will also say I was wondering why he kept going back to Dejan and say like, oh yeah, I know Poppy's great, but Alima is where I want to be. You know, Alima. And now in this conversation with Alima, he's like, well, did you talk to Dejan? Did you hear everything that I said about you? It now feels so strategic. Like he had to make sure that he had somebody in his corner to defend him against his actions, because why can't she trust the word of the girls? The girls were also there. The girls saw your behavior, and that's her problem at the end of the day, your behavior. I'm not going to trust Dejan after you've been feeding him things to come back and tell me. Hell no. Megan and Tommy have a conversation where he lets her know, listen, I'm not really trying to be in a triangle. And she's like, well, I was only talking to him because you were mad at me and whatever. that's also a problem. Like, if I'm getting to know you, we have the intentions of being in a relationship. Whenever you're not happy with me, you're just gonna go seek attention from another man. Like, no. And so Tommy's like, if you are really not understanding my perspective, this is never gonna work. You know, I feel like this is disrespectful. I agree. I do think that Megan was disrespectful in the way that she did things, but she doesn't see it that way. She feels like he's the disrespectful one. She's not gonna give him an apology, so fine. Connor and Emily have a conversation. She's not necessarily mad about the kiss at this point in the episode, but she's more so upset that he didn't miss her in her absence. Then she talks to Megan, and that conversation is what made her more upset with Connor.
What the fuck has happened?
Yeah, girl, you've missed a lot.
Like, in the moment it felt right and we had been getting along.
I don't want to be with someone who's like easily taken. You said like, yeah, I still want to talk to you, but like you two should just.
That's what I said, though. I said that,
No,
like...
I just wish you were more honest with me.
Yeah.
Personally, I do think that it's clear that Connor would rather be with Megan than he would with Emily. Like, he literally said, well, let's pull back. Let's pull back from our connection. When you were gone, he didn't miss you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were so many things that made it clear where his head was at. And she kept saying, like, I want the permission. I want you to tell me exactly. Even the fact that he couldn't tell you exactly where his head was at should be enough of a reason for you to then explore the scene. Like, go see what else is out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really feel as sad for her as I could have. I think that he gave her enough information to go on to know that this is not a for sure bet. So let me explore my options. Was Will gonna be a good option? No. But Tommy's there. But Tommy at the time was still pissy about Megan as well. So, you know, they needed a little bit of time to cool off from that as well. But yeah, he had given her enough. So then he wants to sleep in the hideaway with Megan. Emily catches wind and she's upset about it. And I'm just like, but baby girl, it's over. I get it, it's fresh, it hurts, but like, it's over. It's okay. Before that whole hideaway decision, Megan and Connor did have a conversation in the hideaway. And she says that she was leaning towards Connor the last couple days, which to me proves that she has been lying, because she said she only started gravitating towards him because of Tommy's attitude. And that attitude, it's only been like a day, has it not? I swear it's only been a day. Maybe it was more than that and we don't know, but whatever. She then says that she wouldn't want to be with somebody who's insecure. Check yourself, okay? Because you have your insecure moments too. The way that you be yelling at people and stuff is giving projection, if you ask me. Connor said that he has told Emily that Megan is his priority. That's news to me. I've never heard him say that to her. But also, I feel like sometimes Emily just wants to hear what she wants to hear. So maybe he did say that to her and she just didn't register it as being exactly that. I don't know. But yeah, I think these two have definitely been downplaying their connection. But now they get to freely explore it. And hopefully we're finally over this whole love square. The next morning, there are some debrief conversations. Ben and Yasmin say that the romance is not there, but they do like the sexual connection that they have. And it is to be noted that they both are aware that it's just sexual. They're both aware of that. Yasmin is well aware. Okay. Helena says that it is unfinished business with her and Harry, and I'm just like, I can't even be embarrassed for her anymore. It's just sad. It's just sad. I pity the situation. She also then says she's happy that Harry and Shakira got their time alone because she can see how far they've progressed in her absence. But you still want unfinished business. And then you have Helena's friends being like, yeah, you know, he's even a changed man. Like, he works so well with Shakira. And y'all still support her unfinished business comment. Okay. Then we have Raml, who feels like he made a mistake because if he knew then what he knew now, he wouldn't have stayed with Lima and he would have brought back what's her name? Poppy, my Lord. You did know then what you know now. She's been very strict with you from the beginning. Anytime he did something that she perceived as stepping out of line, she would pull him up on it. And she told him, I don't do second chances, okay? You disrespect me, you only got one chance. And even the one chance is too much. What did he expect was going to happen? You want her to just like roll over and take. And the thing is too, the man himself deemed this girl as hard work. Why is that? You deemed her as hard work because you knew there was a potential she would react like this if you weren't allowed to do whatever you wanted to do. Don't come here with the BS, sir. Don't. Alima does say that she's open to being friends in the future, but right now things are fresh. Girl, don't even be friends with him at this point. Just don't. Emily and Tommy had a conversation. I'm glad that they're not speaking about Connor and Megan anymore. They are flirting a little bit, and so there could be potential here. Who knows? Then we get a text that Harrison and Tony are going on a date. I wasn't paying attention to the date at all. All I heard them say is that they're both family orientated. Why do the English say orientated? All my life I thought it was oriented. And I would think, I'm not trying to come for the English people, but like, it's your language. So why did they say, I don't know. Is it orientated or oriented? It's throwing me off. Are we wrong? Anyways, they feel like things are going well. I still don't trust Harrison. He obviously has eyes for Shakira and might be waiting for a good moment to get in there. I think that he's managing Tony for now. And unfortunately, I think Tony's developing feelings the further that things go. He does say that he enjoyed the date and he's happy to be coupled up with her. But if he had the opportunity, would he switch? I think he would. Alima pulls Raml for a chat and she doesn't want to hear anything he has to say. I mean, Raml doesn't want to hear anything she has to say either, because Dejan earlier in the day was like, you know what? Emotions were high. I think maybe she'll be more receptive now that you guys have slept on it. He's like, oh, I don't care to hear about it. And on top of that too, if we were on the outside, I would have ghosted her. She would have ghosted you before you had the chance. Let's be for real about that.
I'm just going to let you lead the conversation because obviously, like, I've stormed off.
Naturally, when I was spending more time with Poppy, you know me, Alima, I'm very flirty, I'm very sexual. I felt like what I had with you was stronger. My decision to send her home, that made me feel like shit.
I'm smiling because it's not like you felt like a dickhead. You were a dickhead. If you're going to do all of that, you may as well just bring her back to develop.
I know myself and how I move. I was being extremely present. On the outside world, I would have done the same.
So that's why it's better to just call it quits now rather than just hurt ourselves.
I do wish we got to hear a little bit more from Raml in this conversation. I would love to see how he would continue to dig himself into a hole, because he's so duplicitous and he doesn't even see it. Like, he's just, he's so duplicitous. Alima's seeing through all the BS, and I love that for her. I respect so much that Alima refuses to let anybody disrespect her or disrespect one of her girls. When Melisha was here, the way that she went up to those girls who she's known for longer, and she's like, one thing we're not gonna do is that. When she went up to Blue and she was like, I get where you were coming from, but that's not nice what you said. And now she's going to, like, the girl does not tolerate disrespect at all. I knew her time here wouldn't be long, and I know that she's probably on her way out, especially now that the UK gets to vote and we know how they feel about stern black women. But I have to rate it. Like, she doesn't take it at all. And I feel like more people should be like that, honestly. It's so sad seeing, like, often women talk about the disrespect that they have to put up with as if they have to put up with it. You don't, babe. You really don't. If somebody's mistreating you, you can say, this is not for me, I'm leaving. Or even, this is not for me, I'm giving you the opportunity to change your behavior. And when they don't, leave. We can all just set that standard and have that be the baseline so that people start acting right. That's what I think that we should do. But anyways, it's obviously over between these two. No redemption at all. Sad to see you go, Alima. I know it's gonna be you, girl. I know. It is what it is. Then Deshaun has a conversation with Meg, and he tells her that Ben is ready to end things with Yasmin. And he's like, don't tell anybody. That's like telling a baby not to cry. Are you dumb? She's going to tell the universe, okay? So she goes over, she shares the information with Yasmin. Yasmin at first is like, what? Like, why is he acting like it's deeper than it is? Like, it really isn't that. So then when she has a conversation with Ben at first, it was fine, and she only was annoyed at the fact that she had to hear it from somebody else. Then he talks to Shakira, and I'm like, what does he have to talk to Shakira about?
But I just cut things off with Yaz.
You've probably had conversations with the boys, like saying you're not really interested in Yaz. She's attractive and you're attractive, vice versa. But obviously in bed, it's like, don't move like that if you don't like someone.
She just comes in my ear and she's like, I'm not going to say what she said, innit? But she stuck it on me.
You knew it wasn't for you from day one.
I wasn't.
He was just like whispering in my ear. I'm not even going to say it.
What the fuck?
I feel like you're making out that like you were like the love of my life.
You chose me for the recoupling. Is that true or not?
You're lucky it's me. If you were to do this to another girl, like that potentially could end way worse.
I haven't really ever been feeling you, to be fair.
Okay.
You're lucky Shay even picked you. You've only come out your shell because you're in a couple with me.
Hey, she's made content for the next 3 weeks, lads.
Piss off.
Fucking so dead. It's the most irrelevant girl I've ever met in my life, mate.
I'm glad that Shakira didn't let him off the hook. Like, no, you knew you didn't want to pursue things from the beginning, so why even go down that road with her? Potentially, feelings could have developed. They didn't, but they could have. So that's on you. And I'm so, my other strict queen. I love them so much. Then we have Yasmin, who then goes back to, well, she had a conversation. Y'all saw the clip. She was giving him the business because she's like, one thing you're not going to do is make it seem like I was falling all over you when I knew what this was. You knew what this was. And here goes Ben with his nasty, sassy attitude talking about, oh, well, you knew I was never on you like that. You're so irrelevant. Shay didn't even want you. You're lucky he picked you. What else did he say? You only have a personality because I picked you. He's so nasty and gross. Like, he's so nasty and gross and grimy and disgusting. I'm so glad the vote is tonight. I wish the votes were more, who do you dislike, rather than who's your favorite. Voting for my favorite doesn't do what I need it to do. Voting for my favorite just helps keep my favorite safe. I need my least favorite gone. I need Ben gone. He's so nasty and so rude. Oh my God, he really thinks he's that guy. And I'm sure wherever he's from, he gets a lot of attention. Baby, that's not the case on Love Island. Suck it up, Buttercup. Good episode, guys. Good episode. Really good episode. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.